This is how we do every day. We be grinding, and if you wanna come and text us,
If you love them enough to turn off your
Jam.
then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're the right color.
Let's play it again.
Check today at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
We've been hunting these fields north of Kearney since high school. My buddy Ryan has always been my wingman, the life of the party. But I saw a change. Really down. Talked about his life being worthless.
If you know someone who's struggling, talk to them about temporarily storing their guns away from their home, taking care of friends and neighbors. It's what we do in Nebraska. Paid for by the University of Nebraska Public Policy Center, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Okay, kids, Dad's gonna teach you how to dance. First, spread your feet apart. Then, pump your knee, nod your head, shake your hips, and bite your lip ever so slightly. Now, with one hand in the air, point at people with the other hand. I call that the rock star.
Dance like a dad. It's a great way to make a moment with your kids.
Now, make a face like it just smells something bad.
Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is the Power Hour with two-time national champion Todd Uhlir. Powered by Window World of Lincoln and SetTheBarSups.com.
All right. Good morning, Husker Nation, and welcome to episode 55 of the Power Hour right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. I'm your host, Todd Uhlir, two-time national champion, and we've got a jam-packed show lined up today. Even though it's the bye week for the Huskers, the conversation really never stops, even in the offseason. We're going to look ahead to the big upcoming matchup with Michigan State and what this extra week means for preparation and momentum. We'll also dive into some Nebraska high school football, some standout performances, and the grit and tradition that make Friday night lights so special across the state. But above all, today, we want to take a moment to remember and honor my teammate and friend, Matt Verzal. Great man, a great Husker, and someone whose impact went far beyond the football field. His memory and legacy are worth celebrating, and we'll share some stories that remind us why he'll always be part of Husker Nation. So all of this and more brought to you by our incredible sponsors, Window World Lincoln. Visit windowworldlincoln.com for your free quote, and setthebarsups.com, where you can fuel your game, your workouts, and your life. So let's kick off episode 55. The Power Hour starts right now. And who I got in studio with me today, Ellie? Is that you? Can I see? Are you going to come on with me today? So before we can look forward, I want to look back a little bit. Obviously, Michigan last week didn't turn out the way we wanted it to turn out. Big, huge celebration as far as 30-year reunion of the 1995 National Championship team. Was honored to be a part of that. And, you never know when your last tunnel walk will be. And got to do another tunnel walk 30 years later. Unfortunately, my last tunnel walk was against, I believe, Pacific before I got injured in 95. Yeah. So my actual last one as a Husker. So you just never know when that's gonna be your last one. And talking with the guys, obviously, we know that these we're getting to that point in life where things aren't going to be the same. So, and unfortunately, we lost a good friend this past week, Matt Verzal, and so we'll talk about that in the second segment. We really want to talk about Michigan game first. What I saw, obviously, what everybody saw, was a lack of being able to stop the run, and then obviously us being able to run or protect. But I think the boys, strapped it up and fought hard and kept it close. And, it it wasn't what we wanted, right? It wasn't the outcome that we wanted to see. But it's definitely, I felt like at any moment we were going to be down 28, and they kept battling back. And I think teams past would have been down 28. So I think in the mental side, there's no, you know, it's still a loss, right? But it doesn't end, what we're trying to accomplish this season and that kind of thing. But I really felt like they kept fighting back, and that's something teams in the past 8 years wouldn't have done. So I give the guys credit for fighting back. Outside of 3 runs for 166 yards and 3 touchdowns, we played a pretty solid game on defense, to be real. It was 3 plays. We did get the Hail Mary, which I thought, man, what's the chances of completing a Hail Mary? Actually, the chances are higher to complete a Hail Mary like that than it is that you're going to give up 3 plays of that distance. So I thought that was an interesting stat from the Michigan game. So really had a lot of phone calls, had a lot of texts from Husker fans that I know are like, talk me off the ledge, right? Like it's one game. If we can learn from it and get better from it, I think this team's still going to win 9 games. If they use it as fuel and get better from it, I still think we have at least 9 wins in us. I came out and said we're going to be 11-1. So, that's the hopeful Husker in me, wanting us to take off to playoff bound and all that stuff. But, looking at it, we could go 11-1. Who knows? Like, I think after the loss against Indiana last year, we thought, oh no, we're never going to win another game. That's at least what I felt. Losses are hard. They suck. We've had way too many of them in the last decade as Husker fans, and so many of them so close, right? So I think we've got to focus on Michigan State, who's coming up. They're 3-1. We're 3-1. We've got a bye week, so that's good. So we're able to kind of get healthy after that string of 4 games in a row, especially with travel to Kansas City, that kind of stuff. So, so Ellie is around. I got a text that she's around, but
hello, can you hear me?
Yes, awesome. I can
I'm
hear
sorry,
you.
I was getting talked to. I was like, wait, he definitely said my name.
I did. I'd like your take on some of this stuff too. What have you been hearing all week about Michigan?
I obviously went to the Michigan game. That was a really cool experience. I got to sit in a section of the stadium that I've never seen before. I'm usually in sections 29 and 26, but for this game, I was in section 36. So my whole life, I've only seen one section of the stadium. So on last Saturday was the first time I actually got to see a different side to Nebraska football, which was awesome. The people that I sat around, great people. They were crazy. It was their first time at a Nebraska football game. They were from Florida, I was like, I don't know why you chose. He's like, oh, I just really like my friends. Like I just came for them. But it was really cool to see. Something that I was really disappointed was, it's been talk all week that Michigan's line of scrimmage on both sides, like they just dominated the close game, but it did not feel like a close game at all. And I just have been continuously thinking about that this whole week. I'm like, oh, like it wasn't, the score shows something completely different than what we saw. And yeah, that Hail Mary was awesome. And that was probably the best throw that I've seen throw. But yeah, I just didn't see, it was just something, there's so much work to be done on both sides, just especially with these ranked teams. Like it's going to be a dogfight for until we get to maybe a little bit towards the end of the season. But these teams aren't going to easily give us our win. So
No.
yeah, we got a lot to work on, and especially just confidence wise. And who do you wish played more in these last 4 games? Who do you think kind of deserved to be on that field a little bit more? You wish you would have seen more?
Yeah, I think obviously our tackles struggled tremendously. And so, and I know we, uh, switched out left tackles a couple times there, but neither one of them could get the job done. Um, Besides that, I guess what I took from it was people said that, you know, I think what's really neat is that a lot of people watched Dylan in that game and got more respect for him.
I
Right.
agree.
I think I mean, as unmobile as you want to call him, he
Mhm.
was under duress the entire game. Still
Yeah,
completed,
he couldn't
still
breathe,
completed,
really.
still completed what 75% of his passes. Still threw for 300 yards. The interception. I mean, it could have been it was intercepted, but it could have been intercepted by the first guy and then tipped and intercepted. So, I mean, really the only bad read of the day there. But those guys. I was on the sideline. I was down, amongst those guys. Michigan was big. Um,
Yeah, they were.
they were, and like you said, on both sides of the ball. And I think we're just not there physically yet with our O line, our D line. I think we've got some young guys coming up that could be, that kind of O line, that kind of D line, and we've got some steps to make to be an elite team. I think we're a good team, but to be mentioned amongst elite, we've got work to do, and that's okay. Like that's part of the process of rebuilding after what we've gone through with Riley and Frost. I think it's just so decimated, and so it takes time.
Mhm.
And so I'm not, like I said, I still think we can win 9 games. If we learn from this, right? I think we
Yeah.
can only that'll be and then having a week to chew on it, and really then have that full week of preparation for Michigan State. Michigan State's not going to be a pushover. They gave USC fits early, and then USC kind of put them away. Obviously, their other games they, obviously played nothing. Youngstown State, Boston College. It's like 42-40 in overtime against Boston College, who's not a great team, and then Western Michigan, 23-6. So I think we've got. Let's look at Michigan State and see if we improved. Right? Can we come? It's at home, thank goodness. And then we kind of start a little road trip after that. Having what 5 straight basically home games. I guess
Yeah, it's been
Cincinnati
a
wasn't
lot.
a home game, right? But so I think that's in our favor that they lost on the road. They get a week off. They got to travel again. I think it's to our advantage, obviously, that we're having this bounce back game in Memorial Stadium. When we lost to Indiana last year, we had to go to Ohio State the next week, I believe,
Yeah.
if I remember that right. And it was like, oh great, like
Mhm.
we just got killed by Indiana, and now we got to go face a top 5 team in in Ohio State, and we bounced back, and we looked like a completely different team against
Yeah,
Ohio
I was
State. So
upset with that game.
what and I just think we got beat on the edge. And we probably got out of our game plan a little bit. The run wasn't there. Um, first play looked like, all right, here we go, right? Like Emmett took it down the left side, and it looks like, all right, let's do that. And then it just, kind of fell apart from there as far as the run game. So, those DNs got to tee off, and
Mhm.
when they know you got to pass, it makes it even harder for those tackles. So
Yeah.
hopefully we can establish a little bit of a run game so those DNs don't get a tee off on us from Michigan State. But also, I don't think Michigan State has quite the DNs that Michigan State did. Those guys were big. And then Underwood was the real deal as far as physicality. I mean, standing on the field with him, he is a specimen. Um, I don't think he did anything that, he had the one 37-yard touchdown run, but he didn't get touched. Like, I
Mm-mm.
could have ran that in for a touchdown probably. Well, maybe. Um, in my younger years, I could have.
Yes, I was gonna say how.
In my younger years, not a problem. But, and that just comes down to guys missing assignments, right? And that's all coachable. That can be fixed, and it needs to be fixed. And if it isn't fixed, we need to get somebody. If the current players can't fix it, we need to get somebody out there that can fix it. Like you said, who do we want to see? I'd like to see Caleb Benning on defense a little bit more. I haven't seen him a whole lot, but that's really, that's. I think we've done a good job on defense, except for 3
Mhm.
plays against Michigan, right? And we've got to be better there. So we can't give up big explosive plays and expect to win. Um, but knowing our offense can score, you know, from literally anywhere, even a Hail Mary
Mhm.
is good. So
Yes, it was. I want to tell you what I'm looking at right now. The whole Maryland volleyball team just walked
mhm.
into the mill.
Oh, walked into the mill. Awesome. So that's
They're
some
all the line is all the way back to the
that's some
Raising Cane's dog.
that's some tall girls, I suppose.
Yes,
Yeah, makes you
it's a
feel
party
little.
in here. It makes I'm 5'10", so I'm around the same height as probably
Some of
they're
them.
some of them,
Yeah,
but
they're libero.
they're libero. I was just gonna say they're libero maybe, but
Yeah.
who knows? But
Yeah.
are you gonna watch the game today?
Oh,
Or
I'm gonna hopefully have it on split screen, right?
yeah,
And
there's
we can,
well, who
we,
are we got a whole of Nebraska bye week.
yeah.
Who's filling the Nebraska gap?
So obviously, Penn State Oregon is a huge game today,
Yeah.
right? In the Big Ten, I think that's the biggest game in the Big Ten. Is Oregon's traveling to Penn State. It's a whiteout, even though it's a 2:30 kickoff. So, then Nebraska volleyball at 3 o'clock, I believe.
Yep.
And at the same time, Georgia's playing Alabama. So, I kind of there's 3 things going on at once that is pretty big. So those are the big matchups for me to watch this week. Is how good is Oregon? How
Mhm.
good is Penn State? We kind of know what happened last time they met, right? I think they met in the Big Ten championship game. Um, so we'll kind of see where they're at. Like, is Penn State going to be undefeated when I mean, they got to play Oregon and Ohio State before we go play there. That's to our benefit. If you
Yes,
look at the
I'm hoping
schedule,
that it wears them down.
it's going to beat them up a little bit, and so that's always something you want to look at is who looking forward on the schedule, which really only matters what we do next Saturday, but always kind of predicting what's going to happen is where's Penn State? We got to play them. We got to play. I mean, USC. Always trying to check out who we got to play, right? So that's the biggest thing. So we've got Maryland next week, and we travel out there, and then we go to Minnesota, and then back at home for Northwestern, right? So 3 winnable games for sure.
Mhm.
Um, But Maryland's 4-0, Minnesota's 3-1. I'm sorry, 2-1. Northwestern 1-2 right now. So obviously, probably Maryland's going to have a bye week, either this week or next week, depending on it looks like. So, but, UCLA's 0-3. That's who we have after. We have USC who's 4-0. So we still got 3 undefeated teams left to play so far. And so that's going to be a big game to watch. I kind of feel like Oregon has just really overpowered everybody, even when they
Yeah.
played So what's that? That could tell us a lot about both of those teams. So Great matchup today to watch, even though we don't have the Huskers to watch. So, um,
What
I
was
don't know.
state like back in? Because
Penn State back
people
in
talk, back when you played it.
yeah
We talk about Penn State a lot, and I
the
just didn't
80s.
know what it was.
Penn State was really good in the 80s. The 90s not so much. They kind of had a lull. We never had to play Penn State um, in my days, and I don't think we played. We might have played Penn State one time. They came to Lincoln. I don't
The
remember. That
evolution.
was after I played. It might have been in the 2000s, but they were really good in the 80s. Like that was they're one of the top teams in the 80s for sure. Um, and I believe we play them in like the Fiesta Bowl or something and lost. We didn't play them very many times, but they were always good. I
Mhm.
mean, it's Penn State, and so they had Joe Paterno, we had Tom Osborne. It was
Yeah.
legend coaches. So it was always, if we did match up, it was always a heck of a game, and it was one that was televised. There wasn't. It's crazy. The younger generation doesn't understand. Like, not all these games were on TV,
Yeah, like you
right?
had to be good to be able to.
And there was no reruns, right? Like,
Oh,
you couldn't save it.
I could
You
never.
know, you can save it in the cloud and watch it later. Like, I have, my TV records every single Husker event, right? So I can go back and watch if I want to, if see what happened. And we didn't have, we had, if you wanted to record it, you popped a VHS in and hit record, right?
Good old
during
days.
during the broadcast, and even that in the 80s we couldn't do that. That was more in the 90s. But yeah, it's a different time for sure. So yeah, looking forward to Michigan State. I think we can come out at home, you know, set the standard again of what we want to accomplish on offense, on defense. We're going to match up on the O line and D line a little bit better than we did with Michigan, and that's just where we're at, right? We just have to. Where are we currently? This is where we're at. How do we get better, right?
Right.
I see. Once again, I see a lot of negative comments, and something that I'm a super optimistic person, right? And I believe in the power of positive thinking, right? And even sitting on that sideline, like I said, thoughts running through my head were, we're going to be down 28 in no time, right? Like, and that's just that was kind of the vibe of the entire stadium, and had to flip the switch and be like, all right, come on, guys, like, just get another first down, move the ball, get a score. We tie it up. We tied it up twice in the first half, and so I really thought mentally the team, from a mental standpoint, took a step forward in this game, believe it or not, because they could have easily laid down like they had in the past
Yeah.
against a team like Michigan. So, so kudos to them for not just laying down, right, and kept fighting back, and it showed a lot about our character, and there's a lot of football left, right? So,
Exactly. We got some time to go.
yeah, and we get the big ones. We got USC at home. We do got to travel to Penn State. I think everybody has notched that as a loss, and that might be, something that we look forward to in the future. And then Iowa at home. So I think we got. I mean, Minnesota could sneak in on us if we don't prepare properly that week. But we've got stuff to look forward to, guys. So Husker fans, don't
Don't
I
count
mean,
us out.
I literally had several guys like, I'm not going to another game. I'm getting rid of my season tickets. Like, it's one game.
It's one game.
So
But that's how Nebraska fans are. Like, we
they
can't.
are. I mean, we expect a lot, and the hard part is like, why are we expecting a lot?
That's
What
could
is
do.
proven that we should expect us to go in and dominate a Michigan team? Hey, I said it, on my show, like, I didn't think it was a must-win game. I said I would love to win this game, and I picked us to win the game, but I didn't think it was a must-win game. It was a must-compete game, must they exposed our weaknesses. So now we can go back and work on that.
For Michigan, it was, for them, a must-win game. For us, it was, what can we do? If we win, awesome. But I wanted us to go out there, compete. We competed. I'm not super mad about that loss. Obviously, it would have been great to win, but it just shows us where we can improve. It's a top-ranked team. Yeah, it's Michigan. They won the national title 2 years ago. This is still, we can't count them out.
Awesome. All right, we're going to go to break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about a guy that left us too soon, Matt Verzal, my teammate from time I got there to time I left. Great human being. Hopefully have a special guest to bring on as well. And just talk about his legacy and what he meant to Husker football, what he meant to the community, and all that. So we will be back after this short break.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Are your feet just killing you and you feel like all hope is lost? Say goodbye to discomfort and hello to pain relief at Brown's Shoe Fit. They offer expert advice along with high-quality products to help you find the right solution tailored to your specific needs. Need a different width? Not a problem. Brown's carries a wide range of widths in store. Brown's Shoe Fit on 66th and Q in Lincoln.
Experience an electric vehicle firsthand at LES's EV Ride and Drive, September 28th at the LES Operations Center. Registration is open now, but spots are limited. Visit les.com/drive to reserve your drive.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines, unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Bagels & Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
Fall is here, and so are cooler temps, darker evenings, and slick roads. Is your vehicle ready for the change in seasons? At A1 Automotive, we've got you covered. From tire checks, brake inspections, batteries, and heater systems, we make sure your car is road ready for the Nebraska winters ahead. Don't wait until the first frost. Schedule your fall car care checkup today and drive with confidence all season long. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Hello, Husker fans. Stop into Zollner Ford Beatrice for all your automotive needs. Whether new or used, car, truck, crossover, SUV, or EV, we've got them. Shop our ever-changing specials at ZollnerofBeatrice.com or give us a call today and go Big Red. We are Zollner Ford Beatrice, Nebraska's volume dealer with the hometown service you expect.
Back to the Power Hour with Todd Uhlir on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to the Power Hour. I'm your host, Todd Uhlir, and in this segment, we want to remember a teammate, a friend, business owner, a huge personality, and to do that, I want to bring in a good friend and teammate, Vershawn Jackson, the captain. Vershawn, how you doing, buddy?
As good as you can do, given the circumstances.
We lost a good one this week.
This is a tough moment. When you think about what a teammate is, Matt Verzal epitomizes what a teammate is for a lot of us. Definitely for me, he's been a guy that I spent a lot of time on scout team with. I'm actually pulling in because I thought it'd be good to pull in.
And we lost him, so we'll get him back. But Matt, for me, he was a year older than me. He was a walk-on just like myself. He played 90. He would have been 92 through 96. He played in 30 games with Nebraska. Owned a Paisan's Pizzeria in Omaha. Served as a radio personality for a lot of years. I remember him doing all the high school state championship games on Nebraska Public Media. And so, he was always like, I can remember, that first year coming in, and it's such a difference from high school. And Matt always having a smile on his face in the locker room, right? And even though we were going out there and we were on scout team, we were getting busted up. Always having a smile, always being positive, and that's some of the positive that rubbed off on me probably because I was not having a positive experience on the scout team. He just straight shooter, super honest dude, would tell you how he saw it. Always quick with his humor, and just great connection to the community, and always seemed to be a guy that you could rely on. So, after football, had some business dealings with him personally that went well. And I always could call him if I needed to. So I think and hopefully we can get Vershawn back on, because I know Vershawn spent a lot more time with him personally than me. Here we go. There we go. All right.
Yeah. Awesome. I'm here now in front of Paisan. But when I think about Verzal, I had a lot of business dealings with him, and we had a lot of things on the horizon that we were doing together. And so when you think about it, Verzal, you think about a real teammate. Mm-hmm. You think about what it means to be a teammate. And so to be supportive, selfless, an accountable member of a group, prioritizing the team's success over personal gain, and contributing to the positive and productive atmosphere. Great teammates display accountability, empathy, respect, honesty, and commitment to growth, fostering a family-like atmosphere where everyone feels valued and supported. That's Matt Verzal. over the last 30 years of our friendship, 34 or 35 if you count the scout team butt kickings we took. He has always been a supportive teammate, meaning offering unconditional assistance. He listened. He always shared his knowledge, and definitely provided encouragement to other team members. And I'm talking life outside of Nebraska football. I'm not talking, what we did at Nebraska football. I'm talking the selflessness that a friend of mine, a teammate of mine, who's been a life teammate, we lost a good one.
Yeah.
We lost one of the ones that would really give you the shirt off. You got a lot of people that say they'll give you the shirt. I'll give you the shirt off my back. But then you ask them and they won't even give you a sock. But Matt Verzal would not only give you the shirt off his back, but he'll show you how to go and buy your own shirt. And he'll give you money to go buy your own shirt. I'm not going to get emotional because I've already done that. And I don't think Matt was such a hard worker. I don't know a guy who works harder than him at his own business. When you see him in here turning pies and he's in here early and leaving late, I mean, that's what a teammate is. That's what we did at Nebraska. That's why we won at Nebraska, because we had the mindset to help one another, but we also had the mindset that iron sharpens iron. And we held each other accountable, meaning we accepted the responsibilities for the mistakes and shortcomings rather than blaming others and making excuses. I hear a lot of that, especially with Nebraska football. A lot of excuses are being thrown. And a good teammate wouldn't throw excuses. A good teammate would figure out what's the solution and then work on that solution and hold himself accountable to the team. A good teammate like Matt Verzal is selfless. He puts the team's needs first and works for the success of the group, not just the individual recognition. Matt what he's done in business, a lot of people can't say they've done it. And he's never said, look at me, look at me, look at me. They're positive. He maintains an energetic and enthusiastic attitude, recognizing the positivity and the contagiousness that it can do to lift the team. In the moment. Not, I think when you get beat the way we got beat against Michigan, and I hear all the rhetoric, right? I hear the rhetoric about, oh, we only lost by 3. Oh, we're coming. And I think that's all good and dandy. But if you really look at that game, we got beat up on all aspects, probably except for special teams. But up front, we got beat up. We couldn't, you say what you want. But Uhlir, when you say that you could have probably ran a touchdown, and you could have in your heyday, those guys on the 3 long runs, they didn't get touched.
Yeah, that's unacceptable.
That's unacceptable of a black shirt team. Let's just call a spade a spade. Like, stop with the because we want to be better, that means that we said the sky is falling in Nebraska football. It's not falling. But guess what? If Dylan, and I know I'm flipping over because I want to talk a little football, but if Dylan is already in a shotgun formation, how many step drop is he already in? 5. He's 5 yards back when the ball is hiked. He's already in a 5-step drop. So there's no need to go to it. Have you ever seen a quarterback do a 10-step drop? You knew their ends were going to come up the field. If you did any film work, you knew who number 1 was. If you did any film work, number 1's been number 1. It shouldn't have been a surprise. There was a couple times that number 1 was unblocked. The best player on the field unblocked? I don't think so. So there's some things that we can fix as a team. And here, let's stop pointing all those fingers at the players. Okay? Coaches get paid to coach. And if you got the ball, I don't care. We've seen this playbook before. The first series, you did a great job running it, mixing it with the pass, running it all the way down their throat. All to get down to the 3-yard line and put the ball in the air and not take the points. That's coaching. I'm sorry, but that's coaching. Okay? Don't blame the players. You can blame the players for missing all those damn tackles that they missed. 30 plus tackles. Okay? 30 of them. Our offense, Coach Osborne used to speak about this all the time. That Michigan football team looked like Nebraska of old.
Yeah.
Okay? You don't have to pass the ball if you can rip off 80-yard runs on first and second down. Who cares what your third down percentage is?
Right.
Do you know that on 7 carries, okay, 7 carries, Michigan had over 200 and something yards of rushing and 3 touchdowns on 7 carries. Okay, so don't come telling me that we're close. This is year 3 of Matt Rule's tenure. Okay, I don't want to hear any more excuses about we don't have the right players. Those players are the ones you wanted to play with. Those are the ones you got to live. And if we die, we die. Remember that. If we die, we die. So these are the guys you're going to live and die with. Let me tell you something. I'm calling guys out. Singleton, you got ran over by a running back. We're out there arm tackling. We've been talking about this. Don't act like this was a surprise. Cincinnati gassed you. They gassed you. Okay? The quarterback gassed you. The running backs gassed you. They averaged 7.3 yards a carry. How many yards did those backs from Missouri or from Michigan average?
A lot.
Over 10.
Yeah.
That means every time they touch the ball, I don't care. You can say the big plays. The big plays count.
Right.
Uhlir, back in our day, we would hit you. LP was not gashing 80-yard runs in the first quarter.
No.
They came later after we hit you. After we was physical with you. And we hit you. And let me tell you, Michigan out-physicaled us.
Yes.
Well, if you let me ask you a question. Are you being more physical when you run the ball or pass the ball?
Run. 100%.
Okay. All right. So don't come telling me about Dylan's completion percentage. Okay? You're in the Big Ten now. If you can't run the ball, I don't care how many times, you will get into a couple of shootouts. You're going to get into a couple of shootouts. But guess what? That's the Northwesterns. That's maybe the Michigan States. But you got way bigger fish to fry than those 2 games. Okay? You got Iowa.
Minnesota.
They're
They're going to run the ball.
Maryland, who's undefeated. Okay? So we got to either establish the run and establish that we want to be a physical football team. And I'm going to tell you right now, all of this, remember last year when we did the, what's our defensive back? Hill? Remember they had the management, play management or practice management where they wasn't practicing. Every guy, including Dylan, I wouldn't take him to the ground, but he would be live. Take the green shorts off, okay? Because Dylan, as great as he is, got rattled. And it wasn't just because there was jailbreaks on the offensive line. There was a couple of times Dylan could have stepped up in the pocket and he didn't do it. He stepped out of the pocket. So let's not just say that it was just an offensive line breakdown. No, it wasn't. There was times that Dylan could have threw the check down. He didn't. And schematically, there was multiple times when you should have had something over the middle How many times did we check the ball over the middle in that game? Not very many.
No.
For a team that's as aggressive as Michigan is off the edges and in their blitz package, you should always have that package ready to go. Okay? Running backs. I can break it down so fast, it's pathetic. If you don't find another running back, Emmett Johnson will be broke up by the end of the season. Okay? He cannot take the beating that he took against Michigan and sustain that for the entire season. Where's all our receivers? Where's the receivers at? The guys, when I say receivers, I mean, after you catch the ball, you do something after the ball. Now, Ja'Cory Barney is a guy that we recruited, been playing for 2 years, and he's the best receiver we got. The next best receiver, if you ask me, is Quinn Clark. I love the 2 guys that we got out of the transfer portal, but can they give you real live yards, yak yards?
Yeah.
Huh? Offensive line, I don't care if Pritchard jumps off sides or not. He needs to be playing. You paid him to play. Okay? Figure it out. But you're not going to tell me that the 2 tackles that we got did a great job. They didn't.
No.
Okay? That's not to say that it can't be fixed, but I can tell you right now, you practice the way you play. And if we're not practicing hard, if we're not going against the grain, and I mean practicing like our life depends on it, Michigan State's going to beat us, unfortunately. If you don't establish the run, Michigan State's going to beat us. Let me talk to somebody right here at Verges. How you doing, man?
Hey,
You know Matt?
Huh?
You knew Matt?
I did.
I was one of those, of course, that was my teammate, but what do you mean to you?
Huh?
What did Matt mean to you?
Just a loyal friend.
Yeah.
Just a loyal friend. Knew him since college.
Yeah. So he was
What's your
there
name?
during that. Rashawn Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
Mick.
How you doing, Mick?
Keneally.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very brother.
Okay, Terry Keneally's your brother. Wow.
Yeah.
So, just being out here, Terry Keneally's brother here, when we talk about Verzal, getting back to Verzal and the thing that he meant to so many people, there's a lot of people hurt. There's a lot of people hurt. He said loyal friend. When I look at Nebraska football and I look at those young men out there, do they look like loyal friends to you, Uhlir? Do they look like they love each other?
Right. No. Not in the sense that we did, for sure.
Hey, so and let me say a couple of things. I know I'm getting ready to start some things, Uhlir. You brought me on. You know the captain. I'm retired because I was rehabbing and getting myself together. But hard work beat talent when talent don't work hard. Let me say that again. Matt Verzal he's hard work beating talent when talent don't work hard. And we're a talented football team, but I don't see a work hard football team. And it starts in practice. We take bad angles. Okay? They across the board, we got our arses kicked. Okay? Across the board. Except for special teams. I thought special teams, the punter we got, I'm so glad we got him.
Right.
Because if we didn't, when he's flipping the field like that for us, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's
okay, but
sad when we've got to think that special teams is now, the best part of that game. Because it was.
It was. And listen, first series, we came away short. That's 3 points. Second series, remember they punted the ball and we got the great bounce. We got the ball at their 37-yard line and went a mere 11 to 12 yards. That's where we went. Okay? And then missed the field goal. That's 6 points. Should be 14-0. Your defense still banged. And then we start unraveling. We start not being able to tackle. How do you tackle? Tackle comes from practice. Now, I got to say this, Uhlir, we had our 30th year reunion, 95 championship, and I appreciate the University of Nebraska for what they did, putting that get-together on that we had, a get-together. But Coach Rule, thank you to our athletic director for showing up and saying the words that he said to us former players. But Coach Rule didn't show up. There's a lot of guys kind of butthurt behind that. Coach Rule, the 95 championship team. And let me say this real quick, because I'm not on the radio, so
yeah.
I don't got to worry about
go
them.
to break shortly, so this is
All right.
it.
This is it right here. This is it. Yeah, they censoring me now. The 1995 championship, the greatest show on turf, deserved to be in the locker room with the team. Did you hear me? Okay. It's like the champ, Bud Crawford, came out. We should have been coming out, baby.
Right.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Uhlir, thank you.
Thank you.
Shout out to Matt Verzoff. Shout out to Matt Verzoff.
Thank you for all your contributions to Husker football, to the community of Omaha and Lincoln. You're going to be missed, buddy, and we'll never forget you. So, all right, we're going to be back with the last segment here shortly after this break. You're listening to the Power Hour here on 93.7 The Ticket.
From the capital to castles. Starting this December, fly nonstop from Lincoln to Orlando with service from Breeze Airways. That's right, nonstop flights to Orlando out of LNK are starting this December. You're now just a flight away from Disney World, Universal Studios, Legoland, and the Space Coast. Stretch out and relax on Breeze with complimentary family seating. Book your magical getaway now at LincolnAirport.com. LNK, make flying easy.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier power sports dealership. Stocking top models from Can-Am, Kawasaki, Honda, Polaris, CF Moto, Suzuki, Yamaha, Indian Motorcycle, Sea-Doo, and Triton trailers. Score big on our massive selection of Can-Am side-by-sides with rebates up to $3,000 on select in-stock models. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has you covered all under one roof with a large selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, motorcycles, and personal watercraft at their 27th and I-80 location. They can't wait to get you set up for football season. Farmers know it all starts with the soil. At Carbon Connections, they're helping you unlock its full potential. Their high-quality humic acid improves nutrient uptake, boosts root development, and enhances soil structure, so your crops get more from every acre. But it doesn't stop there. With a full lineup of crop protection products, they help you reduce synthetic inputs while protecting yields and profits. Smarter inputs, healthier soils, better returns. It's time to grow more naturally. Visit Carbon Connections on Facebook or call them today at 402-947-1476 to learn how they can help your farm thrive. Carbon Connections, unlocking your potential.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now through September 28th, enjoy an 8-ounce USDA Choice New York strip for $7.98 each. All natural whole pork butt, $1.78 per pound. Boar's Head Deli Turkey, all varieties, $11.99 per pound. And Bush Light 30 racks for $18.99. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Hay harvest is a race against time. Order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower to harvest your hay quickly and efficiently while promoting quick dry down for quality hay. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location for full details on a new self-propelled windrower and experience the Landmark difference.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Uhlir, 2-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Back to the Power Hour with Todd Uhlir on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, we're back. Sorry, my mic was muted. This is the last segment. It's going to be short and brief. We're going to just talk a little high school football. Number 1, Millard South absolutely put it on Lincoln Southeast on Thursday night. I think 77-0. That team looks like a small college team. I think they have 12 Division I recruits. I don't know. People are talking about this as far as like moving out, recruiting, that kind of stuff. And I look at it, other teams just got to get better. That's kind of how I look at it. I played on a high school team that absolutely demolished most teams. But there was a team my junior year beat us in the state championship, right? Like, you got to look how do you get better and how do you compete with these guys? So Class A looks like Millard South is just unbelievable. Bellevue West 178-0. There's some big gaps in scoring here in Class A, but Omaha Central, Omaha West Side. Central gets the upset over West Side 31-28. That had to be a heck of a game to watch if you were watching that. Really Class B's, really kind of going to be a tight race, I think, at the end. Elkhorn North has just shown that they're the dominant team in that, but once again, that's why you play the games, right? Turnovers, different things can change that. Waverly wins 42-0. C1, where I grew up, Pierce beat Columbus SCOTUS. That's always a big matchup. And Sydney over Gotham. I think Sydney's, Wahoo is going to be your leading C1 team. I think they're either 2-time state champions in a row. They've been pretty good for a while. But that's kind of your C1. And C2, Norfolk Catholic got beat by Bishop Neumann early, the first game of the year, but Norfolk Catholic's bounced back and won the rest of their games. I think Cedar Catholic's going to be super good. Hartington, know them really well from Battle Creek, playing them quite a bit in my son's career. Pretty good team. So, and the one kind of surprised me in C2 is Grand Island Central Catholic. They were a doormat of a team a couple years ago. They are
KGI.
Yeah, Grand Island Central Catholic is really, they're 5-0. I'm telling you, like when we played them the 2 years that we played them, they were not good, and they're 5-0, getting up their ranks. So shout out to all the high school kids. It is the purest form of football, and I love it. I am going to go to the Lincoln Pius Omaha Scott game Friday night and check that out. I went to a Step Up to Life banquet last night. Thank you, Aaron Trimble and Lincoln Murdoch, for inviting me to that. So I didn't go to a football game last night. But check out stepupforlife.com. Awesome organization. They do some amazing things, spreading the gospel. So that's what I got. We will be back next Saturday with the Michigan State pre-Michigan State game. Keep grinding, do the work, win the day, be relentless. God bless. Much love. Peace out.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines, unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.